Good morning, Eastern Oregon, and welcome to this June 29th version of AM Live on EOA, your connection to Eastern Oregon. And we're on Roku. Don't forget that. How's it going, man?
Good. It's First Friday.
Yes.
Not that we always say not.
Yeah, no.
We got what is it, 1 month? 30,
yeah.
Till Shrine. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, people is like, yeah, our world is like it's like water running downhill between now and the end of July.
It'll be
with
a
the
blink
Shrine
of an
game.
eye,
Yeah.
and it'll be August.
Yeah.
Really, because that's just how this month goes for us the last 3 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and you're going to take a little time off.
I hope. Yeah.
You hope?
That
Yeah.
The first of August. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch some softball in California. Hopefully.
That'd be fun.
That's the plan.
Yeah, you're hauling your daughter around. I'm trying to remember what
I'm going with. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
We're all going. My mom's gonna go, I think, and yeah, we're gonna go watch softball in Sacramento.
Cool.
It'll be fun.
All right.
Excited.
Well, you want to do sports?
Let's do it.
All right.
So not too much to talk about sports-wise. Once again, it's that weird time of summer. Little League 12U girls All-Stars won yesterday, and they play in the championship game today at 6 p.m. in Hermiston. So that's the 12U girls. We know the junior boys won district, and then I know for a fact that the 10U boys, so the boys minors All-Star team, lost yesterday, so they're out of it. East-West Shrine right around the corner, and one of the things I'm doing up until then is pretty much going to play you guys a video from last year every show until then, hopefully, if I don't run out of videos. But this is last year's East Queen, Poppy Ann, talking about her experience with Shriners Hospital.
I first went to Shriners in August 2009. I was a month old. I was born with spina bifida. At the beginning, I was involved with Shriners Hospital because I had club feet. I was suspected, or like on an ultrasound, it looked like I had club feet. I worked a lot with the orthotics and prosthetics team to get braces for my legs. Dr. Iona and his team in the spina bifida clinic has helped in numerous ways. The surgery has really helped my balance and ability to move around. I worked with the rehab center. They helped me get a 3-wheel bike. It's a fun way to exercise that is still safe with my balance. What I love about Shriners Children is it's welcoming and fun, and their doctors are the best of the best.
That's another local youth that's been impacted by Shriners, and that's the back end of it. You know, we do this game and we do, you know, they raise all this money, and then that's the product, right? Like that's what you get to see is just kids affected. I mean, including our play-by-play guy, and I'll play that video again. This is our play-by-play guy, William McLaughlin, and he's if you need advertising on this game, it's a huge platform. It's shown all over Oregon, and here's Will talking about that.
Hello there. My name is William McLaughlin, and I am the play-by-play announcer for this year's EO Live sports broadcast of the Oregon East-West Shrine All-Star football game. This is my third consecutive year doing this, and it is truly an honor. This game means a lot to me, not just because it showcases great athletes from around the state of Oregon, but also because I was once a patient of Shriners Hospital for Children. Shriners' motto is love to the rescue, and they truly mean that. The work they do for children is truly amazing, and it makes a difference. Trust me, I know from personal experience. If your business is interested in being a game day sponsor for this year's game on July 29th, reach out to EOA TV today. We offer multiple sponsorships, including game title sponsor, game sponsor, quarter sponsor, replay sponsor, and more. Consider being a sponsor today. Not only does it go to a great cause, but it's also a great way to promote your business throughout the region and on the only broadcast of the East-West Shrine All-Star football game.
Yeah, so that's William talking about the advertising opportunities, and William was a Shriner himself, which is cool. And
Yeah.
that game was a lot of fun. There's, I mean, the banter and just but the only drawback to it for us is the heat, man. It is hot it's so hot in there.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it was the first year.
No, with the sun facing. The first year we did it on the other side, and the sun was right on us, and I think I lost about 15 pounds in sweat. It was horrible.
Yeah, not only was it hot, but you couldn't hardly see. I mean, it's just
it's much better being up in the rickety.
Yeah,
the boxes at Baker. Let me explain this real fast. You have to walk across a catwalk that's plywood first off, and I'm not a small dude, and I'm afraid of heights, so I'm up there like every creak I'm like grabbing onto something, and then you get into the box and it's just like this makeshift plywood.
Yeah. There's no ventilation.
It's not like EOU, that's for dang sure. It's completely different. Anyways, this AM Sports Report is brought to you by Rock & Sons Tire and Auto right here in LeGrand, east end of Adams. It's the old Wendell's Corner. If you need anything done for your car, go see JB and the boys at Rock & Sons.
Yeah. And shout out to EOU is going to be the title sponsor for the Shrine football game.
Yeah, which, I mean, they should have been doing that all along.
Right, they should have, but that's
awesome.
That's great support for the game. I mean, just because the practices, I mean, imagine the benefit of having 50 kids and their parents visiting and so on and so forth, a campus for a week. There's a huge.
I mean, me personally, I think the game should be at EOU, and a lot of people. But if you watch social media, if somebody says that, like somebody said, why is the game there? It's quick. People are quick it's been there for 50 years. You know what I mean? Like, that's where it belongs.
Well, and we would feel that way if it were for anything that was here. I mean. There's a huge economic benefit to having that game there.
But the only difference the only thing I care about is the facilities.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be 100 times easier for us if it was at EOU.
Well, for us it would.
I mean, it'd be a jaunt right up the hill, and then it would be. We already know the layout. You know what I mean? We know exactly where everything goes. We're in a nice, cool building. You got a soda machine right here, water right here.
Yeah. You know what's funny is you become a little bit of a diva when you're calling a game. Well, you kind of switch into diva mode.
It's
Wait
not,
a minute.
I mean, you tried doing it in 100-degree heat.
I know. I've been
not
in
very
front of
fun.
the camera a fair amount too. Yeah. I'm just saying it's just a little bit funny.
I just prefer EOU. I mean, that would, and I know it's never going to happen, and I'm okay with it. I mean, we'll make it work wherever. But the high school games at EOU are much smoother.
Yeah,
smooth.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all for sports for today.
Well, and what that kind of highlights though is how fortunate we are to have the stadium that we have on the east side. I mean, because even Pendleton. I mean, I don't know what they're doing this year, but they had. A lot of part of their high school games were at the rodeo grounds, which is just a weird place to have a football game.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's where they prefer to play.
Well, right.
They play half of them at the high school, and then they move to the rodeo grounds after.
Right. But the point is we're just pretty dang fortunate to have a really nice stadium.
Yeah. I mean, the rodeo grounds isn't bad though. I mean,
it's unique.
Yeah. It's not a bad. It's comfortable. I mean, especially from an announcing standpoint and like filming standpoint, it's better than Baker.
Yeah.
But
I can tell you from a technical standpoint that was a real challenge. 150 feet of cable to get from to get up to that box. Yeah. So
it's the same in Baker. We got to go all the way.
No, it's not the same.
It's pretty close.
No, it's not. It's 100 feet of cable.
Oh, okay, 50 feet. I mean, you're still running cable.
Well, yeah. But you're talking about a cable that has 8 cables in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we made. Yeah. So I mean, it's a heavy lift. So anyhow, we won't dive into the technical aspect. So a couple of things I have been bringing you, as you may or may not have known, back in middle of April, I had my knee replaced at Grand Ronde Hospital, and then followed up with the therapy at Grand Ronde Hospital and Therapy and Sports Medicine. And I have been giving updates along the way of how that's going, and giving you 2 updates so far. This is a 3rd update, and I'm not going to play all of this because it's a little bit longer. But if you or one of your family members are considering having a knee replacement, there's a lot of really good information in this particular video. I'm just going to play a little bit of it, and then you'll find that released on our network and also on the hospital's network later on. But take a look at a little bit of this, and a big shout out to Greg Dombeck, who is my physical therapist through this process. And let me give you a little preview of that video. Hey, you guys, thank you for watching the other episodes. This is the 3rd and last episode of my knee replacement process. And I have been doing, for about 9 weeks, I think I've been doing therapy at Grand Ronde Hospital Therapy and Sports Medicine with Greg Dombeck, and they have really helped me. I mean, I've really appreciated the help that they have given me, and helped me improve the different things that I've needed to. And I'm not quite done, but on my way to vastly improving. And one of those things, as I mentioned in the last episode, is walking without a limp, and we're still working on that, but that's getting much better. But I just had an opportunity to talk with Greg about how someone might prepare for knee surgery. And so take a look at this. So after knee surgery, go home, and one of the things I realized right away is that I was missing the core strength to even get in bed and move around. And I mean, that strength that didn't really have much to do with the pain. I mean, the pain was one thing, but the strength that I was lacking became really evident when I'm trying to move around. Can you think of anything that I could have done? I mean, especially, we've been doing this together for, a couple months now.
Sure.
What are some things that maybe I could have done to have prepared?
I think the important thing to realize is after surgery, there's going to be a decline in function. And the better off you are in terms of your fitness, strength, endurance, the quicker your return to function is going to be. We can start rolling down that path of mobility a little bit easier if we have an understanding of some of the exercises and some of the necessary strength and endurance that we're going to need to progress following surgery.
The problem is then as your knee gives you more pain. Okay, be sure and check that out. There's just, again, a lot of good. That interview is about 10 minutes long, so there's quite a bit of information in there. But I've said this before. I don't think I was prepared for quite how much of an impact this would have on my life. That being said, 2 days later, we did an AM show, so I crippled in here to do that. But it was a pretty heavy lift. And I think there are some things that I could have done ahead of time to have prepared more for that. And I just want to be sure and give you guys the opportunity also for the benefit of that. And then one other thing, yesterday, Cliff Bentz was in the studio. Cliff Bentz he represents us and our congressional district. He serves as our congressman for this area in Washington, D.C., and they were on a 2.5-week break. And let me just play a little bit of that. Hey, Eastern Oregon, thank you for joining us with this EO. There it again.
There are all kinds of caucuses you can join, different groups. I don't know how many, but dozens, hundreds, I don't really know. I belong to probably 10 different groups. And the one I was asked if I would be the head of the veterinarian caucus because I'm married to a veterinarian.
Right.
And I said, well, I guess, but don't you have someone that's close? But the veterinarian, Kurt Schrader from Oregon, lost his race, and so he had been the head of that caucus.
Interesting. I mean, we kind of dove when I have these conversations with Cliff. There's not anything that's off bounds, and so we really talked about former past President Trump and his chances. We talked about the condition of the Republican Party. We talked about there is a group that's trying to remove the 4 dams of the lower Snake River, and that's one of Cliff's specialty areas is water, and so we've talked about the impact of that and the possibility of that. Talked about the Supreme Court. We talked about term limits. I mean, we kind of went through a variety of things, and so be sure and check out that. It was a great interview. So, all righty. Well, let's look at the weather. See how it's
completely different from Tuesday.
Yeah, let's see. Here's it. There it is. Yeah, it's beautiful. We got a little bit of rain yesterday.
I don't think we're going to get rain today.
Let's see what it says here.
Nope.
Yep. 55 tonight. I haven't looked to see what it's supposed to be like on the 4th of July, but
probably going to be warm, I would imagine.
That would be good.
I mean, that's from the looks of things.
Yeah.
It's going to be 92 tomorrow. It's going to be back to normal summer.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I got AC.
That's right. You got a new AC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to. The other one took it. The other one was like from the 70s. So it looks like a 70s.
It was.
It lasted a long time, apparently. I mean, it was there for. It looked like a 70s piece of equipment.
Yeah.
It's like brown. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. It looks like it's got the push buttons, and it worked really good up until the end of last summer. But I'm good. I like the heat anyways. I like the summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
Well, we have Dana Londin, who is the general manager of Buffalo Peak in Union, is with us this morning, and he's going to be talking to us about the 4th of July celebration, Thunder at the Peak. And EOA is one of the sponsors of that event, and he'll be with us in just a minute and talk about that event. All right, we're back with Dana Londin, general manager of Buffalo Peak.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you, man?
Morning.
I'm good.
We call him Mr. 341 down the middle.
Right down the tube. You saw it. I think
341.
Yeah.
Why is that? Is that
Because he's a fibber.
I'm not afraid. I got the video proof. That's the video don't lie.
so? Yeah. So you hit you.
Well, the conversation started with Kyle saying, "Oh man, I get out there and I can bomb it. I can hit it 340."
I used to be able to.
You never hit
Definitely.
a 340 in your life.
Yeah, I have.
So
I would guarantee you I have.
So anyway, so Sean and I go out on the top of number 5, and he's got a shot tracer, and I hit a bomb. I mean, it was just killed.
It was like 170.
What did the video say, Kyle? All I'm going to ask is, what did the video say? It said 341 right down the middle. It's all it's all I got.
I'll give you that. You hit the ball straight.
I do. I hit
For
the ball
sure.
straight. We played our men's night game last night. Was beat the pros. Only 2 teams beat us.
Which is not bad.
No, which is good. Usually, Sean and I lose to everybody, but Sean and I played really good last night. We played an alternate shot type of game. It was fun. We had about 40 guys out there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good. Awesome.
So tell us about Thunder at the Peak.
Well, Thunder at the Peak is I don't know. It started when the fireworks went to Union, and they were just at the fairgrounds or stock show, wherever they had them. I don't know.
EOU.
No, they were at EOU first, and then they went over into the city of Union.
They were on I think one of the high school grounds.
Yeah,
or something. Yeah.
Oh,
somewhere.
out there.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
they moved them out
okay.
there, and when I first got to Buffalo Peak, I said, God, what a great place to have fireworks at.
Yeah.
A lot of golf courses do it. The golf course I was at in Salem had a huge fireworks show. And it brought awareness to the golf course. So I started kind of talking with the people that did it and Donna, and they're like, well, why don't we try it, see what happens? And so then we started talking with the Union Main Street and got them involved. And last year we had a reenactment of the bank robbery that happened in town. It was pretty cool. And the city's really getting involved with it. They're starting to realize that, there's lots of people that come through the town for the fireworks. So they got a little festival thing going on, lots of street vendors, things like that. This year we got, of course, you guys broadcast it. That is huge because there's some people that just, they don't want to go out and see it, or they can't. So you guys broadcasting it is great. This year we got the Union Chamber involved, so we got some more sponsors. It's truly growing. I don't think you'll recognize the event in 5 years from now. I think it'll be a real big deal. Last year it took me, when I left the golf shop, it took me about an hour and a half to get to La Grande after the fireworks show.
Oh yeah, it's a mess.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
But that's what it's all about. It's all about getting out and coming and having a picnic, and people have been amazing. And the one fear everybody had was the damage to the golf course. Well, you know what, kids are going to play in the bunkers. Oh, okay, we got a machine that goes out and rakes them, but people have been great. They've been extremely respectful, and yeah, it's been great.
I have a question. Do we have bathrooms this year?
Yes, we have bathrooms this year. Hey,
yeah, I know that was not on anybody.
That was not on me. That was on failure to deliver, I guess. So yeah, I think there's 10 coming this year.
Awesome.
And Donna has been Beveridge has been on. That's one of the chamber, and has been involved with making sure that all those things are going to happen. Yeah, because that was no fun last year.
Food wise, who's coming out? Yeah, do you know?
I honestly, I don't know. I know that there's special stuff for the VIPs, sponsors. They have access to the deck, and there'll be food up there.
Oh, that's new this year.
Yeah, that is new this year.
Where's my VIP card?
Yeah.
You have one.
Yeah, you got one.
Yeah, you have one. It's like
It's a wristband, baby.
I'm just
I'm
playing.
sure you probably already got them because you guys are a big supporter and big sponsor. And yeah, that's new, and that came out of a conversation with me and Scott Newman about making this event grow. I mean, there's 4 or 5 fireworks shows over here. You got Quake at the Lake, and then which is enormous. And
How about Wallowa?
yeah, they do a pretty good one down in Haines. Halfway has a really good one, and I want ours to be equally as good. Or people say, God, you got to go to the Union Fireworks Show.
yeah.
So, and we have the whole community gets involved. It's, search and rescue comes out, and they're involved. They're policing the golf course, making sure nobody's doing anything stupid. And we haven't had an issue with that, which is great. So we don't want to have an issue with that.
Maybe the next step would be live music.
Well, I think so. We have a great little venue to do it. We, the driving range would work perfect.
Yeah.
I know they always had live music out at EOU. Sometimes then you get into some broadcasting things. Obviously, if you're having live music, streaming it sometimes some of the platforms won't let you stream it because of the live music and some of the music songs.
Well, we actually have. It's not the live music that gets us in trouble. It's the pre-recorded music.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But
Well,
you know,
and we didn't even start the stream last year until dark. I mean, until dark.
Right.
I mean, it was.
So this year's kind of cool. We got one of the girls from the choir, Hannah, is going to come and sing the national anthem live, which will be great. So that from the EOU choir, that's going to be awesome. Just a different change, you know, just adding little tiny things just to make a difference.
Yeah. So talk about the day. What happens during the day, kind of, and I don't know, give us the details.
Well, I think it really starts out at Embler with their parade at noon.
Okay.
They have their parade at noon, and then the street vendors in Union, I think they're 5 o'clock, 5 to 7, 5 to 8, something like that. I'm not sure of the exact time, but you can look on the chamber website and they've got it all listed out the whole time. And then from there, there's actually a pretty big cornhole tournament that the Baptist Church is putting on, food and everything. They're really kind of a neat deal. It's just another edition. They'll start small and see what happens.
Yeah.
You know, you get 5 teams this year. Next year you get 10 teams, and that's just kind of what we're trying to do. Little baby steps.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure what Union Main Street has planned. I don't know if they're going to do the bank robbery reenactment or something different. So I'm not exactly sure what's happening with that. But you know,
and if you're listening and you have those details, put them in the comments and we'll mention those things.
yeah, absolutely. There's lots of things going on. So I'm excited that it's taking on the life that I kind of saw in the early stages of talking with Donna Beveridge about moving out there to Buffalo Peak for the fireworks.
And then for the actual fireworks, what time do people start showing up at Buffalo Peak?
Last year there was people showing up 8:30, you know, finding a good spot to put their blankets out and have their little family picnic or whatever they're doing. Fireworks started last year right at 10 o'clock. And it was a good 20-minute show. You guys do a great job, you know, broadcasting it. So I think it's probably still out there somewhere. Once it's on the internet, it's there forever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I think it was right at 10 o'clock the fireworks started.
Yeah, really close to. It was really close to 10. It was almost right on the dot.
Mm-hmm.
What about the golf tournament? There's a not necessarily a tournament, but you play your.
Well,
18 holes
it's
in
a red,
tournament.
white, and blue scramble. It's a 4-person team. You play 6 holes from the red tees, 6 holes from the white tees, 6 holes from the blue tees. It's fun. It's not a shotgun start. You just get a team together, make a tee time, come out and play, and it's
turn your card in.
Yeah, turn your card in, and then go enjoy the rest of the 4th of July.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Last year, Benny and I went down into Union. We got out there early. We're going to do that again this year. And visited vendors and ate, and it was nice. There was a good turnout down there.
It was a good turnout. Hopefully, as we move forward, we can actually get some vendors up to Buffalo Peak, maybe some food vendors, you know, burger wagons or whatever, get them up on the hill. So, I mean, it would be a good day for them. And maybe next year or the year after, we look at doing something like that as well.
Yeah, definitely. At the very least, like drinks, like a drink stand, or
I think
selling some
I think
sodas.
I think the Pepsi van thing is going to be out there. I'm not sure which organization is hosting it, but I believe that's going to be out there this
that'll
year.
be good. That'll be good. Yep. Awesome. Excited. Thunder.
Yeah,
at the peak.
there's a lot going on. It's a big deal for the little town for sure.
Yeah.
So what else? How's it going at the golf course? Kind of give us a report on what's going on.
Well, it's going good. We were busy this month. This month was a busy month. I'm sure as you know, people had heard, we had some irrigation issues. I took some pictures last night, and the golf course is beautiful. The thing about irrigation, if you've ever worked in large scale irrigation, once you have a problem, then figuring out whether it's mechanical, electrical, combination of both, working on it, getting it fixed, and catching up. I mean, we're putting. I want to say conservatively 350,000 gallons of water a day.
Wow.
Get put on a golf course at this point.
Wow, that's a lot of water.
It's a lot
That's
of water.
A lot of water.
It's a lot of water.
Crap.
So, and that, a lot of that is the effluent water. That's what the plan of the golf course was, is to use effluent water to water most of it. There's some guidelines that we have to use fresh water for, but yeah, there's a lot of water going out. In the past, I don't know, 3 weeks, the golf course, maybe month, has made a significant change in the way it looks. It's greening up. Yeah. Like I say, I took some pictures last night. I put them on our Facebook page. So if you want to see, have a look.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, you and I were talking offline to begin with. And I mean, I did sprinkler systems and lawn care when I was younger. And man, I mean, once grass gets dull or brown, you can pour a bunch of water on it, but it still takes time for it to get back. Yeah.
It does take time, but the thing about grass is that's a protective source of grass. Grass will go brown, and it's not dead. It's gone dormant.
Right. Yeah.
It's gone into a protection stage where it's trying to protect its roots. So we're bringing it out of that dormancy with some, like I say, lots of water, fertilizers, and trying to really get on a program that will prevent this from happening. And having some checks and balances in place. But it's still difficult. Like last year, we lost everything for a 8-day straight period.
Wow.
Everything. And it turns out that it was a electrical problem. And it was a wire that ran through the bottom of what's called Oops Pond. And they call it Oops Pond because it wasn't on the original drawings. It had become corroded, and it took a specialist 14 hours to find it.
Wow.
Just to find it.
One wire.
Wow. And it was a wire that went to our first satellite in the chain. When the first one's down, the rest don't follow.
Wow.
Good news is all of those are getting replaced at the end of the year, upgraded and replaced to be with the current software. The software that's in these satellites is at this point 20 plus years old, and they don't even support it anymore. So
it's the original.
Yes.
Yeah, from when they built the golf course.
And your lifespan on that part of the system is about 15 years.
We're well overdue.
We're well over that. So that'll make a big difference, and we'll be able to control one head at a time versus now where we're controlling 6 or 8 at a time. You can't just shut one head off without shutting the other ones off. So it'll make a big difference. So
so you'll be able to control. You'll be able to say like head number 17, turn it off.
Yeah,
instead of 12 through 18.
Right. It'll be exactly, and it'll have we'll have access right on our phones.
Oh, that's sweet.
So
that's gonna make
now when a head goes off, we'll know. Right now, when a head goes off, we got to figure out which one it is, why it went off. Yeah. So it's a process. So
how many sprinkler heads are there?
Give or take 50, 2,700.
How many?
2,700.
2,700.
2,700
sprinkler heads.
Not only that. Now, bear in mind, with all those sprinkler heads, you have wires that go from the satellites to every sprinkler head, and you have a tree, and it's pretty cool to look at the map. It's pretty amazing the structure that's under the ground to water a golf course.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
So right now, those wires, is that one of the things they're going to be installing in the fall? Do they have wires to all of the heads?
Yeah, they have wires to all the heads. All that will be checked and inspected. And all the green side sprinklers are getting replaced and updated as well. And they will all match. So
nice.
Yeah.
It's a big upgrade.
It's a big upgrade. There's a lot to the irrigation system at Buffalo Peak, having to deal with the effluent water and the regular water. There's two complete separate systems, basically. 8 different pumps. So yeah, there's a lot to it.
So the affluent is affluent water.
Yeah.
Is that what and so that's wastewater that is being reused.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gone through some processes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they aren't just dumping turds out.
Right.
I don't think. I mean, I don't,
No, but I mean that's really good.
Well, they say you can drink it. So for when you need water for the shrine, I'll make sure I get you some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No.
but that water cannot be used near
No
developments, or
no,
what's
yeah, down like if you, down 9 behind 8 up there, that whole lower side is water with fresh water. Up towards the clubhouse, that's all water with fresh water.
but out.
Out, and then all the way up the hill is all watered with the effluent water.
Wow.
That's another challenge, getting the water up the hill.
Oh yeah.
There's a
Takes a
pump.
pump.
There's a pump halfway up the hill that, it's another check. What's going on? How we're not getting water up the hill? Well, that pump's not working right, or whatever. Yeah.
That's crazy. So when people say, "Oh, it's so expensive to golf," well, guess what? That's part of it right
Yeah.
there. People don't think about the fact when they're out there golfing that there's 2,700 sprinklers around.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really realizes how
No.
many sprinkler
I
heads
had
are.
no idea it was that many.
So do
Yeah.
you have a staff member who just does
Yes.
sprinklers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Larry Bear has come on with us this year. Larry's played golf out there forever and just loves the golf course. And he came on and said, "Okay, what can I do?" I said, "Okay, you want a project?" So Larry's been really, really great. He loves the golf course and loves being out there. And he's got his dog Daisy with him, and she's the happiest dog on the planet.
I've met that dog.
Yeah.
That's 150 sprinklers a hole.
Yeah.
On average. Exactly.
I'm impressed with that.
That's
Right?
150 sprinklers a hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of dang sprinklers.
Yeah.
man.
I mean, obviously,
Golly.
obviously, a par 3 doesn't have as many sprinklers.
Right, but a par 5 has more.
Yeah. But then you got sprinklers that are out in the native area. Good luck finding them.
Yeah. You got a map, or
Well,
you just follow like a little map?
No, we got little water witch, little things of water witching.
Yeah.
No.
I need a video.
You turn
of
them on and see where the
there
water
you go.
comes up.
Yeah. Well, sometimes therein
Yeah.
lies the problem. Sometimes you turn them on and they don't come on because they,
plugged or something,
get growth
right?
over them. I
Yeah.
mean, there's so much water right there at that source. So the ground just does this and it
Yeah.
caves in over the
Domes
top of
over
them.
the top.
And, so Larry's hand cut out almost every sprinkler on the golf course. I mean, that's
Yeah.
part of the program. You have to go out there every year and cut those heads. The heads also need to be lifted because they sink over time. More so on a golf course that isn't really as full of clay as Buffalo Peak is. Buffalo Peak has about 2 inches of soil and then it's clay and rock. So yeah, but it's a challenge. There's no question about it. But
That's
like I say,
crazy.
look on the Buffalo Peak page if you were considering coming out and playing. The golf course is absolutely perfect.
Nice. Good. It'll be nice for 4th of July.
Yeah, I'm excited for 4th of
Yeah.
July. I love fireworks.
I like 4th. I like
Yeah.
fireworks too. I like 4th of July. It's fun.
So
Good.
are you coming out?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. No, this is most of the time we're out of town.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, and I have family in town, and so we're going to come out. We're excited to got the VIP wristbands.
He's working. I'm off that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done it the last 2 years. It's
It's his turn. How's that gonna work for you?
probably not good.
Well, you get the best seat in the house.
I
He
do.
does.
That's true.
That
That's
yeah.
true. And then I don't have to talk to anybody.
So are the mosquitoes bad out there? I mean, people should bring mosquito.
Well, you should bring it anyway. They were earlier, about a month ago. They were terrible. I mean, it was, and I think it was everywhere for whatever reason. They were really bad, but they came out and did some stuff, whatever they do, and they seem to be pretty okay right now. Nobody's complained about them in the past couple of days, but
Good.
Mosquitoes love me, and I've never wore bug spray
a
on
month
4th of July.
ago it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Here's the little flyer for the 4th of July.
Yeah, all the sponsors
So
on
you can
there.
Scan to get more information. You can scan the little QR code there. Yeah, 4th of July, Thunder at Peak.
Yeah,
Exciting.
it is exciting.
All righty. Well, thank you for being here.
Thanks you guys.
Yeah.
I think this is a great little thing that you guys got going on. I think it's great for the community. And by the way, get the Roku thing. You can go back and look at all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
I got it.
Makes it easy, huh?
Yeah, it does.
It does. Roku's the way to go nowadays.
Yeah.
I want to get everybody on Roku. That's the idea, right?
Yeah.
We want everybody with the Roku app, and then we don't have to worry about it.
Well, the big thing is you can watch it on your TV then. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the convenient part of it is,
Exactly.
I mean, you get away from the mobile device or the computer or whatever it is, and you can have a normal TV experience. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Let's do this.
Well, you want to get us out of here?
Let's do it. On this day, June 29th, it's already June 29th, 1863, the very first national bank opens in Davenport, Iowa. 1863. 1891, the U.S. National Forest Service is organized. 1891. 1936, George M. Cohen is the first artist to be presented with a U.S. Congressional Gold Medal by Franklin D. Roosevelt for raising war morale. That's crazy. He got a Congressional Gold Medal for raising war morale.
Wow.
And that's pre-World War II, so that must be from World War One.
Wow.
That's crazy. 2022, the latest U.S. murder clearance rates show that half of all murders in America are left unsolved, and that murders are less likely to be solved if the victim is Black or Hispanic. And we talked about that. I think we talked about the reason why, like obviously there's a lot of reasons, but the Hispanic one has to be elevated because of the border towns and the cartel. I mean, people just disappear. You know what I mean? Like the cartel is brutal. They don't care. 2022, singer R. Kelly is sentenced to 30 years in jail on 9 counts of sex trafficking in Brooklyn, New York. And I think in the second case brought against him, he's even in longer. That guy deserves to be in prison forever. I mean, he's a bad person, which is crazy because his music was so popular and powerful. The number one movie in America on June 29th, 2003, Charlie Angel's Full Throttle.
Wow.
Yep. And then quote for the day. The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. One more time. The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another.
All right.
That's it.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eastern Oregon. Thank you, Dana, for being here.
Yeah, we
appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh, big time.
Appreciate the stuff you do at Buffalo Peak. And then also, don't forget, I guess that's next Tuesday. We won't have a show next Tuesday during the morning. That's
We'll
the
be
4th of
partying
July.
at the Peak.
Yeah. But so the next time we'll be live, I guess, is next
Thursday.
Tuesday night.
Next Tuesday night.
Next Tuesday night.
Dana, tell them what they can and can't bring out there real fast before we go.
Well, obviously you can't bring fireworks. Well, we had a gentleman last year that thought he could, but the search and rescue was right on it. You cannot bring alcohol. If you're gonna bring a dog, I don't know why anybody would bring a dog to a fireworks show. Make sure they're on a leash and clean up after your dog. But the one thing you can bring is your family and come out and have fun.
And chairs.
You can bring your own drinks and food.
Yeah, you can bring your own drinks. You can bring a little cooler, of food. Come out and have a great time. I mean, it's such a great venue to watch the fireworks at. The only thing I really ask is be respectful of the property itself.
Yep.
So
awesome.
All righty.
All right. Thanks,
We'll be
guys.
back with this show next Thursday.
Next Thursday. We'll
See
be
you
back.
then.
George Mendoza will be with us then. So,
Yep.
all righty. See you soon.